Kelly
Oh, hey, Flo.
Bensimon, from Real Housewives to Real Estate Royalty, over 50 million in sales. Who is that?
We're almost 60 now.
What? How do you do it? How did
I
you
know.
do it?
We jumped up 10. We're just working hard.
You're working hard. Who's the little furry baby?
This is Fluff.
This is Fluff. Hey, Fluff, thanks for coming on the show. I love you so much.
She loves to be on television.
Such a camera whore.
She
Uh,
is. She is.
Kelly, I'm going to start right away with Let's Get
Yes.
Real Estate because I know you have a lot going on. I read on Bravo that you're going to actually appear on the new season of Million Dollar Listing New York, which airs May 6th. Tell us, it says you're going to play a vital role. Can you tell us anything about your appearance?
So, yes, I'm going to be on Million Dollar Listing and I have a vital role. I can't really tell you what I'm doing or with
Mm.
whom or how, but we're going to have a lot of fun and we're going to make a lot of money.
I love that. Well, Frederick's one of our clients and part of the society family. What are your thoughts on Frederick? What's the one thing you love most about Frederick?
So I've known Frederick for such a long time. Even before I was on Housewives, I've known Frederick for like
Wow.
literally over like I think it's like 15 years. He's just so great. He and John, we've been friends for a long time. They're just so talented. They, partner together. I think that's one thing that's really important in real estate is to have a great strategic partner. And they've done a
Absolutely.
really great job of doing that. And, they love real estate. They, like live it, breathe it. And they've been super successful because their enthusiasm for real estate is infectious. And I think that's
Hmm.
one reason why, a lot of people, I mean, they're trustworthy, they're smart, they get the job done, and they're fun,
Yeah, absolutely. And I
you
love that you
know?
said that part of real estate is finding your partner. You recently
Totally.
joined the Holly Parker team at Douglas Elliman. Do you feel like you found your work wife in Holly Parker?
So I joined the Holly Parker team over a year ago. I was actually with Element, and I was like, I want to, join a team, and they were trying to figure out which team would be the best fit for me. And Holly's always been like, number one, number two, and I just was like, I want to join her team because I like to swim with the sharks. And
Yeah,
so
exactly.
so I literally signed with her team, and then a day later, I sold an $8 million apartment.
What I love your Instagram where you're showing the apartments, and you've always had a love of architecture and design. So
Love,
this was a
love.
perfect evolution for you. Do you miss being on reality TV at all? Because now you're back on Million Dollar Listing. I mean, it sounds like you're going to join the cast at some point.
And I think what's really fun about Million Dollar Listing is that it's a business show. And,
Hmm.
all of the guys that are on the show are just, such great guys, super smart, really go-getters. And but they also have fun. And I think that's like a perfect fit for me because, I am a businesswoman. I've always been.
Always.
But I like to have fun. And I think that like when I was on Housewives, women were intimidated that I worked really hard and enjoyed my life. I think that was something that they really, was intimidating. So now I'm like with great people, and it's going to be a really fun, crazy time.
Well, I hate to open the vault, but in our research, we also found out that in 2013 you dated Ryan Serhant. Is that true?
No, we were. He was on a. He came on a date. Jill Zarin knew him, and she invited him
Oh,
on Housewives to go on a date with me. He's so nice,
he's so
so nice.
nice.
Went to Hamilton College, just like so bright, really hardworking. I'm so proud of everything that he's been doing. So
I'm
proud of him.
very proud. We've got a very important
Yay!
question from the Rick XX. Kelly, do you still love Jelly Belly jelly beans? This is
Of
hard
course,
news.
this is hard news, and I love all candy all the time, as much as I can.
Oh my God, I'm gonna go back to my segment that I diverted from. Let's get real estate. What is one of your best closing tactics? You've cleared almost 60 million in less than 6 months. What's happening? What is this closing
No,
tactic
60
of
million
yours?
in less than 2 months.
Since the beginning of 2021, it said, yes?
Yeah, February.
Incredible. So what would be and from one agent to the rest of the agents watching, what's one of your best closing tactics?
My best closing tactic is to listen to my seller. I, listen to what they want, and I try to be the best voice of reason as possible. There's no pomp and circumstance. There's no drama with me. They tell me what to do. I relay the message. I actually, one of my, a buyer, broker that I was working with, she's just like, I just don't know what you're thinking. And I'm like, no, no, I'm telling you what I'm thinking. It's a no.
Yeah,
And
I'm
I
being
think,
very, very direct.
and she actually, after we closed, she was just like, I really appreciate working with you because, you don't play games. I thought you were playing games. I'm like, no, I don't play games. I'm just very straightforward. Um, and this is an industry that I love, and I'm working with people that I really respect, and that I just I want them to know that their biggest asset is really important to me.
I love that. Well, we've got a question for the audience. Was it harder to, what was harder to navigate, reality TV or real estate? From Ryan.
Reality TV was much more difficult to navigate than real estate. Real estate was a natural progression. Again, when I started, I sold an $8 million townhouse with the next day. It's just it's in my wheelhouse. I mean, I love beautiful things, and so
Mm-hmm,
the
me
people
too.
that and the people that I work with, the clients that I work with, they're like, Kelly, what's the next big thing? What is it like?
Right.
So I have access to a lot of off-market properties that most people don't have,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just but I do everything. I do the $1.3 million apartment for your son or daughter, and then I do the monster townhouses. So I do it all.
But were you surprised at just how quickly success came to you in real estate? Because to be honest, a lot of people get their license and it takes them a year to make any money. So I don't want it to, you are an unusual case.
I am very unusual, but then again, it's going back to our first conversation point, which was strategic partners. So yes, I partnered with the Holly Parker team, and on her team, in order to be on her team, you have to bring in 20 million a year. So she has great people on her team. One guy, Michael Passero, he has an MBA from Georgetown. My other
Wow.
strategic partner is Lynn Mason. She has a JD MBA. So we're all like on the same page. So when I go into sell an apartment or speak with a buyer, we have like really really well educated team members, and they're unbelievable. So I'm really
I,
proud to work with them.
well, do you think a lot
You're
of,
only as you're only as strong as your weakest point. I'm the weakest point. So everyone else is like, major player. So I'm feeling very good.
exactly.
I'm
Do
just a
you,
novice in this. I'm just like a little fish. Just keep on swimming.
well, I mean, you're killing it so far, and you're right at the apex. You're at this perfect moment where New York is booming right now,
Booming.
and it's
Booming.
coming back up. And so we always say real estate's a circle, and you're here, and you haven't even hit the peak yet. So I'm
I
super
mean,
excited to see what you do.
we're literally closing every week. It's crazy.
Uh,
I mean, I put an apartment on the market. The first person walked in, and we're selling it. It's being sold. So it's like, I mean, people
exactly.
are it's just, but it's also the way that I sell as well. So I'm definitely using my Instagram. I have an incredible woman, Colby Raposa, that works with me on social media, that does unbelievable content for me. I'm very, very fortunate to have a great team of people that work with me. So, when I go into an apartment, and we always stage every apartment. It's mandatory.
Right, of
And
course.
so
Who
when
do
we're
you love
showing,
to stage with
I
in New
love
York?
IMG NYC. I love
You're
them.
gonna
I
give
love
the shout
Cheryl
out to
Eisen.
IMG. I love that.
I love her. She's just so great. She was so supportive of me from day one. And I just really,
Hmm.
she actually staged a great apartment for me at One Manhattan Square that was just so phenomenal during quarantine. And everyone was just like, this is the most beautiful apartment I've ever seen. She's just so talented. I'm just so proud to work with her.
Exactly.
I feel really good that I get to work with really great people. I feel very comfortable where I am right now. Even though I'm the minnow, I still feel very comfortable.
I mean, you're just at the beginning, Kelly, but it sounds like you're surrounding yourself with the right people. Who is one agent that you look up to that you want to emulate in your career?
Holly Parker,
Holly Parker.
of
And
course.
would you
She's
ever,
number one at Element. Of course I want to be like her.
would you ever come to LA to sell property? We see a lot of that. Frederick recently left New
Yes.
York to come to LA. Would you do it?
So during quarantine, I got my license in Florida. So now I'm licensed in New York, the Hamptons, and in Florida.
You better
And
watch out
and
for Kelly.
and I'm definitely thinking about getting my license in because I have a couple of properties in New Jersey and definitely in Los Angeles. So I'm, getting licenses is really important for me because I want to be a value add to my clients, and having a license in different states makes me much more trustworthy that I've done the work, but it also I can get really into it because I'm licensed. Otherwise, I can only refer.
Well, wait a minute, wait a minute. Does Holly Parker have a team in Florida, or are you telling us that you're going to expand her team to Florida here on this show?
I can't confirm it or deny anything, but
I
I'm
love it.
definitely but I'm definitely, working on getting as many licenses as I need to make my business as strong as possible.
She's all, I'm
I'm like, I'll get
licensed.
the license. It's
I'm
fine.
licensed in Alaska. We've got a
Yeah.
hi from London, England as well. All your
Yeah.
fans are
License
tuning
in Alaska.
in.
You're funny.
Last one, let's get real estate. Do you feel like other reality stars are going to follow in your footsteps and copy you? I noticed Ramona was getting her license, and I was like, wait, how many people are going to do this?
Listen, as many people as possible. I think one thing that's really been great too is when I got my real estate license, a lot of fans were, DMing me on Instagram, asking me about real estate,
You're
asking me
right.
what my thoughts were. And the thing is that you don't have to necessarily go into real estate. There's a lot of parts of real estate that are great. You can go into staging. I mean, you can go into
Yeah.
social media. You can go in. I mean, there's a lot of things that you can do in the actual real estate business. So real estate itself is a very lucrative business right now. It's very, very cutthroat.
It's
Some of the
competitive.
brokers are, really, really ferocious. But you know what? I'm just going for it, and I have a
Well, you,
great team. I have a great